Ippo is currently retired and we're not sure when he will come back, but what we do know is that he makes his active boxing self look like trash compared to the skill he has acquired during the years of retirement. How was Ippo able to become this strong, and what has he been doing during his retirement? We're going to take a good look at one of many endeavors of Ippo. This is the arc where he becomes a next level coach and what he used to unknowingly further his boxing ability. With no new members joining the gym recently, Ippo decided to become a scout and find them himself. He asked his coworkers if they were interested in boxing, but they declined. He sees a random kid near the river he does his road work by and wonders if he'd be interested. But a few kids walked up towards him, beating the poor guy relentlessly. He grabs the leader and effortlessly throws him out of the way. Ippo walks up to the kids angrily. He wants to know what the hell they're doing. Even without them saying anything, he knows the truth behind it all. Bullying is unforgivable. Ippo looks menacing and is ready to stop them with any means necessary. The bullies have no idea who they're dealing with, and Ippo cannot believe how calm he is right now, but he quickly figures out why. It's because of his boxing experience giving him the courage to stand up to these bullies. This situation reminds me of the day Takamura saved him in the beginning of the series. The kids provoke Ippo, attempting to make him flinch, but he's not budging. He's the former Japanese champion. He can't back down here. They call Ippo a cheap shot and dirty, like they weren't planning on jumping Ippo with 5 people. Ippo has no idea what they mean, but he assumes it's because of his boundless aura. They continue their insults, and Ippo assumes it's because of his weights, but they point out at what's next to him. That thing. That's dirty. They think Ippo will use his dog in the fight against them. They see Wampo as more of a threat than himself, a buff former champion. He sends off Wampo and gets ready to defend himself. Ippo readies his stance as the boys pester Ippo with petty insults. Ippo gets on his hands and knees. This isn't what I expected at all. He wants them to leave and lets them know what they're doing is bad. They can't believe it. As the kids walk up preparing to beat on Ippo, the leader notices something off. He yanked me out with one hand. Who is this guy? The leader shouts at his entourage and stops their assault. They don't understand, but he tells them we're leaving. Taihei gets them to buzz off and then asks who Ippo is. It looks like he may recognize his name, so the bullies walk off. Ippo is happy he made it out unscathed and reaches out his hand for the kid. Ippo courageously asks if he wants to become a boxer. The wimp decides to run away for some reason, and Ippo chases him down, begging the kid to listen. Ippo caught up to the kid, and he explains when they started messing with him. He was on his way back from school, and they started just antagonizing him relentlessly. Out of nowhere. He asked the teacher for help, but the kids only got worse. His classmates started ignoring him, and when they asked him what's wrong, all they could do was apologize. He was surrounded by his peers, but felt alone. That's how he ended up at the river. He wonders what would happen if he just disappeared. What a sad way to live. He's just a kid. No one is willing to help him because of one kid, Taihei. He wants to fix the problem, but it's not you who's the problem. It's Taihei himself. Ippo exclaims that no matter the reason, bullying is wrong and cannot go unpunished. But the kid retorts with bad things go unpunished all the time. And to top it all off, Ippo went on his knees and begged them to stop. Ippo had only one thought then. I couldn't do things the same way my senpai did. No matter the era, bullying won't go away, and Ippo reveals the cold truth to the kid. Bullying is just killing time. The kid can't believe it, but slowly comes to the realization himself. Ippo urges the kid to go home, but his parents are barely there, and those kids may be waiting near his place. So Ippo does what Takamura did for him. He brings the kid to the gym to make him feel better, and the kid couldn't believe Ippo is actually a boxer. The whole gym is shocked that Ippo brought in a random kid into the gym. Even Itagaki directly asks him who the hell he is. He tells him to draw a picture of Taihei's face on a piece of paper so he can imagine crushing his skull when punching the bag. To Ippo's surprise, the kid is a natural at drawing. It looks exactly like Taihei. Ippo sticks the picture onto the bag while the kid gets his hands wrapped and ready to punch like crazy. He will end Taihei's whole career. Ippo teaches him the basics of throwing a punch, and it looks like he got it easily. They all have high expectations for the kid. He readies up his punch, and it was a dud. Of course the kid won't be able to punch that hard. He doesn't look buff like Ippo was back then. The kid looks so happy though. Itagaki was proven right, and the kid darts off after he was pressured into signing up. Ippo caught up to the kid and decides that taking him here will make him feel much better. Ippo brings him to his former bully's apartment, Umezawa. He's a manga artist now and is best friends with Ippo. He is tasked with creating an image of Umezawa's. He's able to perfectly replicate it. This is insane. He's fast and he wasn't even trying. Teru is an absolute beast. Good thing he ran from Ippo earlier, otherwise we wouldn't realize how insane he is at drawing. The kid begs and begs Umezawa to study under him, and Umezawa sells himself short here. He's very good, even though he doesn't have a manga published yet. Umezawa listens to the kid's story, and it feels way too close to home for the former bully. He goes into a dogeza, and Teru brings up Ippo doing one as well. He's shocked that Ippo got away doing that. Umezawa brags about how if Ippo got serious, he would have broke those kids' bones. Teru is shocked to learn Ippo was the former Japanese champ and a world ranker. Teru wonders why Ippo did what he did when he is so strong, and Ippo lets him know that pride doesn't matter that much to him. Ippo wonders why Teru didn't commit suicide when he thought about it. Wow, way to change the subject, Ippo. He was thinking about going through with it despite them, but then he realized they wouldn't suffer or regret what they did. Teru then decided to wait for a miracle to save his sorry life. Ippo retorts with telling Teru that he is plenty strong. He was able to hold on until that miracle came. But all the guilt from bullying Ippo made Umezawa pass out in agony. Teru thanks Ippo for everything and bringing him to coach Umezawa. Umezawa hits them with the facts. He got mixed up with Taihei, who has good instincts. He knew Ippo was bad news, and that's the sole reason why they left. If he was dumb, he'd just pick a fight with Ippo. As Ippo was heading out, Teru wanted to thank him for everything he did for him. As Ippo runs, he thinks that he may have failed as a scout. At least he was able to help the kid in another way. Several weeks pass by and Ippo is continuing his roadwork as always. All Ippo can think about is his fishing boat business. He will catch everything under the waters. As he is shadowboxing, an unknown entity shouts "awesome" to Ippo's skill. That unknown entity is Taihei, the man who relentlessly bullied Teru. Ippo is on high alert, now he is confronted with this troublemaker. Ippo thinks he is praising the fish he was name dropping. Obviously he's not, you dolt. Taihei has something to say to Ippo, and he swings his fists in front of him. Ippo has no idea what this was all about, so he decides to continue running back to his home. Taihei continues to show Ippo how fast his fists are. They're pretty awesome, right, Japanese champ? He clocked Ippo's identity right then and there. Taihei was able to figure out who Ippo was by simply asking around. Shouldn't be too hard to figure out who he is when doing so. All the old people in the area know who Ippo is. Ippo decides to run off again, but Taihei has something to request from Ippo. He wants to become a boxer. Please make me your disciple. Ippo keeps running and running, ignoring the fool. Taihei tries to chase after Ippo, but we all know how that'll go. He is quickly outpaced by the champion and falls flat on his face. Ippo turns around and asks why he wants to learn how to box. Taihei always liked it, to be honest, and he really wanted to fight. Ippo suggests joining a gym, but Taihei wants to debut as soon as possible. You tired out from that much running. You are arrogant. But that's why he needs Ippo to teach him from the ground up. But then Ippo retorts, knowing that won't work. He just fall apart immediately. The Coach Ippo saga continues on. In the next video, we'll find out how this troublesome student of Ippo turns out. Will he quit early or flourish in the boxing world? Find out next time.